mentioned JBC, I would like to bring inserted to this yung latest announcement from the JBC and the ANBank. No more public interviews for the senior justices applying for the Chief Justice. Sir, how do you feel na, di ba sabi niyo nga ito yung pinaglaban niyo dati sa flag?
Well, yeah, historically, I think it was flag that first brought up the public interview requirement. It was during the time of Ombudsman Desierto, when he was applying for ombudsman. And because Flag had a bad experience with him during one case, Flag said we wanted to listen into the interview. And so we made a request to the court at that time. I think it was Chief Justice Davide, who was the Chief Justice at that time, for the interview to be made public. And the court allowed it. And I think thereafter, it was integrated to the JBC rules.
So are you disappointed now that we're not?
I haven't read the resolution. I have only seen what the media has reported.
Yes. Maybe just to clarify, it's the JBC that makes its own rules, and the JBC is comprised of or presided by the Chief Justice.
Yeah.
And I think what the Supreme Court did unanimously was express the sense of the court, and the sense of the court was, of course, also reacting to the past interviews for Chief Justice. And I think the point of view of the court there was the public and the JBC for the position of Chief Justice only. I think the public interview for everybody else is still there. But for the Chief Justice, maybe the court was wanting the Judicial and Bar Council to look at the body of work. And the body of work of a senior associate justice is in the decisions and in the way that they have managed committees and the divisions that they are in charge of. And the body of work is important because it is where you will see the judicial philosophy. If you read hard enough, you would see the level of analysis that a senior associate justice would put into their work. I think the Court and Bank was disappointed that there were questions which, well, truth to say, were not proper, and they catered to something they catered to trivia and would deter from focusing on what should matter in terms of the Chief Justice. So that was the sense of the court.
Justice, if the problem or the concern of the court and bank was that some of the questions you didn't find it proper, couldn't have there been a dialogue na lang between the JBC and the ANBank na parang sana ganito na lang yung mga tanungin natin rather than just take away the public interviews?
You know, the Supreme Court is an institution in itself, and it can only do as much as what it is designed to do. The Supreme Court does not speak to the JBC, does consultation with it, because we are, in a sense, on a supervisory role, JBC versus Ardelesa. Right. So there are situations, Aguinaldo versus JBC, where cases will go up to the court. All we could do is express our sense and instruct the Chief Justice or give guidance to the Chief Justice who will sit in that body. The same way that we do a straw vote for the candidates to be vetted for the Supreme Court. It's just advisory to the court. Now, it is up to the Judicial and Bar Council to decide how it goes about its task.
You said kanina, there's value in dissecting the decision and not just the result, but there's really not a lot of avenue for the common Filipino to dissect a decision. And I think a public interview for a Chief Justice would have been a good opportunity for the JBC member to discuss the potential or the opinion of the Chief Justice applicant, but we're not going to see that now for this.
The decisions are out there, so it's always uploaded by the PIO. It's not promulgated unless it is uploaded and served on the parties, and the upload comes before actually service. Justices of the Supreme Court are very careful about the formulation that they put into our decisions, because we know it is not only for today, although it will not be covered by the media, it will be researched in the future, etc.